Hi everyone, my name is Rachel. I am currently a second year at the University of California, San Diego. When I first came to the Chinese Mission Convention 2011, I was in grade 11 at Westview High School in San Diego. At first, when I came to CMC West Coast, I didn't know what to expect, as it would be my first big Christian conference. And coming from a pastor's family, it was sort of expected to go to these big Christian events and to be involved in the Christian community. So looking back now, now that I'm a second year, looking back into my high school life, I realized how much God really impacted me leading up to the events to CMC West Coast. I came to CMC really hungry for a purpose and hungry for a meaningful life that meant something greater than what I was living currently at the moment. And so when I came, Pastor Francis Chan, who was the main English speaker, really spoke to me when he was talking about surrendering your life to God and what that really meant and what that looked like to live that way too. And so after he did the altar call, I was one of them who walked all the way up to the front and surrendered my life to God and just bowed my head and said, God, I give you everything. This is who I am. And so after that, God really took me on this crazy journey to know what it meant to know Him and make Him known to other people. When I opened up the Word of God and the Bible, the pages and the words came alive, and I soon began to realize how much God revealed Himself through the Bible and how I began to cultivate a relationship with Him through that. At the time, I didn't sense a specific calling at CMC West Coast, but the months after I surrendered my life to God, I really prayed and asked Him to show me direction in my life and where He wanted to take me. And so after a while, I realized that the theme of the conference, called For Such a Time as This, really spoke to my life, spoke to me, and I felt that God was saying, you know, I called you for a purpose, and I called you during a time when you were in high school so that you could do something for me. And so I took that opportunity and had this passion for youth ministry and for youth in college and for young people, for our generation, to create a generation that wanted to know God and to make Him known and, among other nations and among our people now. And so in high school, when I was a senior at Westview, I was also the Christian Club president. And so before I graduated, I really wanted to do something that impacted my high school as well as other youth in San Diego. And so I got together with my Christian Club core team and said, let's start an inter-school worship night, and where we can have other Christian clubs attend our event and just have fellowship with one another and really create the kingdom of God within our generation. And so as we began planning everything, the event started to come together, and the time and the date and the venue really was brought together, and I felt like God's hand was sovereign over the whole thing. And soon He began to expand our horizon to invite other churches as well, so it became interchurch, and everything was provided for it, and it was amazing, and God was so good in planning that. And so what it is today is called One Voice, and we called it the One Voice Youth Rally, and now it's more of a student ministry, and it wouldn't be where it is today without God's sovereign hand molding it and cultivating it into something that can impact high schoolers and middle schoolers and even young college students. And so it's truly amazing what God can do at one mission convention when you really want to live a purposeful and meaningful life for Him. So